What's going on, good people? Is kicking off right now. The I Can Do 40 Days, a fit mind equals a fit body. Man, this is very exciting times right now, and I'm glad that you all are tuning in. I appreciate every one of y'all that are watching this video and that are going to embrace this program and really get into it. I do want to start off with a challenge though. I did this last year, and I had some really good feedback, and I had some really good involvement, but right now we are 1 week away from Thanksgiving. And you know it's gonna go down on Thanksgiving, but the week leading up to it last year, I challenged everyone to do a cardio week. So me personally, I decided I was gonna do 60 minutes of cardio every day from Thursday to the following Wednesday, right before Thanksgiving. So that's the challenge I want to issue you all today. We're going to do it again. And I'm going to pledge I'm going to do 60 minutes of cardio every day from Thursday until next Wednesday. And I want you to decide on a number that you want to do. So if you're going to do 30 minutes a day, if you're going to do 45 minutes a day, I will say no less than 30 minutes though. So decide what number you want to do. Make that challenge for yourself and commit to it, saying I'm going to do this every day leading up to Thanksgiving. And for this program, for this week, the theme is going to be called Change Your Story, because the story we tell ourselves is usually how our life goes. If we tell ourselves that we are inadequate, that we don't have the skills, that we can't progress past a certain level, then that's the level you're going to be at. If you tell yourself that you are capable and you have favor and that you can grow beyond anything that you can ever think of, then you will constantly be growing in your life and you will get to a higher level. It's the story we tell ourselves. So we're gonna work on that this whole week. We're gonna start with, I got something today that's called a P.A.C. that I created. We're gonna talk about your thoughts and your fears this week, and we're gonna talk about setting goals and taking action. But let's get right into it. Let's not waste any time. P.A.C. 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 That stands for purpose, accountability, and consistency. And we're gonna start with purpose. Why? Why, people? Why? Any 2 or 3 year old, if you're around them long enough, this all of you hear is why? Why this? Why that? It's in our nature. We want to know why. My teacher used to yell at me, Jarvis, why are you sleeping in my class? Teacher, it's because if I slept at home, you'll mark me absent. I don't need that blemish on my record. That's why. Why? What's your purpose? What's your purpose for your fit goals this time? And if you say you want to have abs, you want to, be sexy on the beach, those are purposes, but those are easily given up on. You see, we give up on things that we're not connected to, like a friendship that lost its connection, or a relationship that may have lost its connection. And what about that one dream that you wanted to try, you tried it once and then you didn't even feel connected to it anymore? And the crazy part is, sometimes we even stay in bad relationships and fear that we'll never find another connection like that with anyone else. We're so tied to connections. There's this one guy, Scott Harrison. He was a very, very successful nightclub promoter out in New York. He was bringing tens of thousands of dollars to every event, every weekend. He was young. He was living the high life. He was partying, doing drugs, just living like a rock star. And this is the life that he wanted until he lost his connection. One day he realized that he did not like his life anymore. He said, one day I realized that I was the worst person that I knew and that this life would never give enough to me that I was looking for. So he quit. He left, he went and started helping pro bono doctors on mercy ships. So these are doctors that travel around to the poorest countries and they perform tumor removal surgeries for the free. So he was working with them, and while doing that, he found out that 800 million people in the world are living without clean water. So that was the connection that hit him. So he started a foundation called Charity Water, and since 2004, his foundation has had 21,000 water projects funded. They now give 6.4 million people around the world in 24 countries clean water. I tell you that story because I want you to understand how powerful a connection can be. Given a powerful enough connection, you can see the type of greatness that human beings are capable of. So what would be your connection this time for your fitness goals? A, accountability. Okay, so this one is kind of a tough one for us sometimes, because when we get that tag put on us that you're accountable, whether it's you're managing a team, you're managing a new project at work, or someone asks you to watch their kids, which I guess you are kind of accountable with that, but someone asks you to do them a favor. Like, we look at it from a risk management side right away. We think about all the risks that are involved. We think about any failures that can happen, or we thinking about the possible disappointments that can happen. You see, I want to flip that. All right, I want to look at the positive side of the word accountability, which has words like ownership, praise, growth, and achievement. You see, focusing on this side will allow us to embrace a new challenge with enthusiasm and excitement. A challenge kind of like getting fit. See, when it comes to our health, we tend to deflect the blame onto something or someone else. You know, I was an athlete all my life growing up. I was able to eat whatever I want, and I was able to still stay fit and still be in good shape. When I was playing in college, I was playing basketball, and I ended up blowing my knee out twice. But I was still working with the trainer. I was still, relatively active, so I didn't gain much weight. After college, though, I blew my knee out again. But this time, I didn't have a trainer to work with. And I was still drinking. I was still eating like I wanted to. I was still partying. And I ended up gaining 55 pounds. And my excuse was, I can't really work out because I have a bad knee. You see, I was deflecting the blame. And if you're taking notes, write this down. If you're always blaming someone else or some outside source for your problems, then you will always be reliant upon an outside source to fix them. You see, I had a shift in my mind in one night particularly. Me and a good friend of mine, we were having some choice words with each other, and he kind of said something that kind of sparked something in me. Well, all right. It was Fred, okay? It was Fred. Me and Fred was arguing. I don't even remember what we were arguing about, but Fred said, "Dude, you are fat. Nobody wants to tell you, but you're fat." You see, it actually helped trigger something in my mind, though, that regardless of any excuse that I had, or anybody that I was blaming, or anything that I was blaming, I was the one that was overweight. So I decided to make a promise to myself that night. And this is what I want you to get out of this section here. I made a promise to myself that barring any illness, accident, or disease, that everything that happened to my body is 100% on me. See, when we decide to take full responsibilities on what happened to us or what happened to our bodies, then we empower ourselves to control the outcome of our goals. So that's up to you. You have to make that choice. Will you take full responsibility of your body and what happens to it, and of you achieving your fitness goals? C, consistency. We are creatures of habit, people. We are very predictable in our day-to-day lives. We leave the house and at the same time just about every day. We get to work at the same time. We take our lunch breaks around the same time. If we go out to lunch, it's about 2 or 3 places that we really go to. A person once told me, if you want some excitement in your life, take a different route to work tomorrow. We get so comfortable in our consistency. I mean, it gives us certainty, which is one of the 6 things that drive us in our lives. Y'all know the other 5 being uncertainty, relevance, connection and love, growth, and then impact or giving. But when it comes to our fitness goals, I've come up with a very simple statement pertaining to our consistency. Now, I might impress some neuroscientists on this one, so y'all get ready. If you do good, you get good. If you do bad, you get bad. See, I know what y'all thinking. He's trying to sell us with this elementary statement, but we don't follow it when it comes to our fitness goals. We'll work out at the beginning of the week. We'll eat good on the first day. We'll cheat a little bit in the middle. We'll skip a day here or there in the middle. Then we'll work out at the end of the week. And then we'll have the audacity, the unmitigated gall. Shout out to Stephen A. Smith on that one. But we'll have an attitude with the scale because the scale is 1 pound heavier than what we were last week. I have a secret for you people. It's way easier to gain fat than it is to lose it. All right, you can do half good and half bad in a week, and the scale is going to tip towards the bad. So I will say it again. If you do good, you get good. If you do bad, you get bad. Whatever a man soweth, that so he shall reap. This law applies to your fitness goals and applies to every other goal you have. So, sow some good seed. That means do what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it, and you'll get the good results that you're looking for. Quick recap. Purpose. Why is achieving your fitness goals a must for you this time? Accountability. Barring illness, accidents, or disease, everything that happens to your body, whether good or bad, is 100% on you. And consistency. If you do good, you get good. If you do bad, you get bad. Whatever a man soweth, that he shall reap. All right, these are the action points, people. I'm going to be giving action points at the end of each talk because we're not just going to talk about it, we're going to be about it. There's nothing that can be done without taking action. So, action point number 1, I want you to brainstorm and decide what's going to be your connection with your fitness goals this time. I want you to write that down on a sheet of paper 3 times. What is going to be your connection to your fitness goals? And I want you to read that piece of paper every day for the next 7 days. That's action point number 1. Action point number 2. Now this one might be a little tougher. I want you to take a piece of paper. On the bottom half, I want you to write out everything that you have done that caused you to gain the weight that you've caused or to become out of shape. And then I want you to write how you feel about yourself about that. Now on the top side, I want you to think about it as your future self. So I want you to think about it after you've already lost the weight. It's already going, you already shredded, you're at the goal weight that you want to get to. And I want you to write out everything that you did to get to that goal weight. And I want you to write out how you feel about yourself with that goal weight. Now, if you realize on that same sheet of paper, there are 2 different people. So for the next 7 days, I want you to read that sheet of paper top and bottom out loud. And I want you to decide which person you want to be. So action point number 3, I want you to take a step back and just take an inventory of your life. Figure out what habits you're doing consciously or unconsciously that are a detriment to your fitness goals. Write those out on the sheet of paper, and then I want you to choose 2 of those and cut those out for the next 7 days. So those are your 3 action points, people. Make sure that you decide on what you're going to do with the Thanksgiving cardio challenge. If you're going to do 30 minutes, 45 minutes, or you're going to do an hour like me every day leading up to Thanksgiving. So we can get this thing going, people. We're going to make it happen. This is I Can Do 40 Days. A fit mind equals a fit body. Thank you so much for watching the video and being a part of this. And I can't wait to see you guys again soon.